Hello and welcome. Today's reading is for Pisces for March 2023. Welcome to the table, Pisces. I have pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again for you. I'm an intuitive reader and I read in real time. The flowers are from my garden. It's quite a warm day, so I'm hoping they won't wilt too much. The crystals have been in their salt bath. Pardon me, and the gong has been used to clear the table and put protection on the table, both for myself and for you. I use a 10 card spread, so 5 cards along the top row and 5 cards along the bottom row. I talk about each one of those cards as they come out. Then I overlay them with a second deck of cards. I again talk about those cards as they come out, and I try to pull the reading together as we're moving through the reading. And sometimes I make more of a summing up towards the end. I can use a third deck. I do have a third deck on the table. I can use that if I need to clarify any aspects of the double overlay cards. But I try to avoid that if I can, because otherwise the reading takes too long. Okay, let's commence the reading, Pisces. First card out, King of Pentacles in the upright position. I will hold the cards up to the camera so you can see them. 7 of Wands in the upright position, the Emperor in reverse, 10 of Wands in the upright position, and the Chariot in the reverse position. On the bottom row we have the 2 of Swords in the upright position, 8 of Pentacles in the upright position, 5 of Wands in the reverse position, Queen of Cups in the upright position, and the King of Cups in the upright position. On the bottom of the deck, I'll let you have a look, and then I'll take a look. Okay, we've got the 6 of Wands. It's a lovely energy. Place that there. Okay, now I'll talk about each one of these cards. So the first card out is the King of Pentacles. This is a lovely energy. This is, and by the way, Pisces, as I talk about these cards, I'll be using words like he, she, and they, and them. Okay, the cards are definitely gender neutral, so it's more the aspect or the energy coming off the card that I'm trying to refer to. So here we have the King of Pentacles. This is a wealthy and confident man. This is someone who knows how to use his wealth to buy the things he likes and wants, and to be able to share it with the people that he likes and he wants to share his life with. He knows how to invest his finances. He's worked hard for it, and this is somebody who knows how to have the good life as a consequence of having worked very hard for their money. They're not being tight with their money. Pardon me. They know exactly how to spend their money. Okay, and they can be very generous as well, very generous. So that's a lovely energy. Okay, here we've got the 7 of Wands. This is some sort of a resistance or some sort of aggression towards you, perhaps. This could be either, this is sort of a tribe coming against you. So basically some hostile energy coming towards you, something where you need to stand your ground, maybe putting down your boundaries and saying, so these, as you can see, there's red flags on this one. Okay, little red flags. So basically you needing to defend yourself or putting down some clear boundaries. You may have been under some attack from a group of people, and that can be at work or at home. It can just feel like perhaps that you're being attacked. Sometimes there's just a lot of resistance in the energy in the cosmos, and that too can feel like this attack from a tribe. It just feels like you can't move forward. So it can either be you putting up your boundaries or some sort of a resistance in the energy that's approaching you, perhaps in March. Here we have the Emperor in reverse. So the Emperor is a very powerful person, somebody who knows how to be a leader, somebody who's very strong. They can oversee any plans or projects that they wish to manifest, so they can be They can be a political leader, they can be a leader just in your business, or it can be you. So this is somebody who is meticulous in their planning, they're careful in their strategizing, they know how to put things together, they know how to get people to do the things they want them to do. So this is in the reverse position. In the reverse position, the Emperor can be somewhat controlling, perhaps too much of telling you what to do, somebody who's micromanaging you. So if this is an employer, for example, they may be micromanaging you at the moment. You may be feeling that there is no freedom or no scope to express yourself. And that can feel very similar to a resistant sort of an energy. It's just where you're being blocked because this person only wants their own way. They only want it my way. When I say my way, their way. They only want it their way. They got no room for anybody else to be the leader. Okay, so we've got the Ten of Wands here. Ten of Wands is usually referred to as a heavy burden. So carrying a heavy burden. And usually this is coming to the end because this is a number 10 card. So with the number 10 card, you can see he's trying to duck under the rainbow and move into lighter time. He's moving into some free space. So it does look like this is a sunset card again. So number 10, see the sun is going down and he's stepping into the moonlight. So stepping away from this period of carrying a heavy burden. Whatever that heavy burden is, it can just feel like you've had too much responsibilities, too many things to do all at once. So that looks like that's moving away from you, which is kind of nice. So hopefully this sense of, you can be carrying too many projects as well, like trying to do too many things at once, which means your focus is getting scattered, which means there's always this worry in the back of your mind that you haven't dealt with something because you haven't given your full energy to something. But that's coming to an end, and it does look like you're stepping away from this energy. You do here have the Chariot in the reverse. I'll hold the Chariot up for you. So it's in the reverse position. So normally the Chariot would be moving into your energy, coming in quickly, or you taking control, or you being very determined to go somewhere and seeing it through, but it's in the reverse position. So as much as you can see, this charioteer is shooting an arrow, he's very driven. This is somebody who's driven. It does look like there's a downturn in this energy of being driven. I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to ride my chariot quite so fast. I won't charge in. You can also be leaving something behind, moving away completely from this energy. So this sort of driven, focused, which is rather interesting because this one I thought that perhaps you were not focused enough, and this one is sort of the exact opposite, where I'm feeling there's been perhaps too much focus, too much intense focus in one area, being too driven. That's possible as well. Here we have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is you needing to make a decision. You needing to stop and be quiet and think carefully about something. So, this person is sitting down. They're holding their swords across their chest. So perhaps you're just shutting down for a little while you make a decision. This is not an emotional card. This is an intellectual card. So this is something, as you can see, it's a cold and clinical card. There's no love or passion in this card. This is just making a decision, closing down somewhat, going into yourself and thinking carefully about something. Here we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is about having worked hard to achieve something. And as you can see here, the beavers have formed their lodge. They have gathered all their sticks. They have worked hard. They are creating what they need to have a nice lifestyle. So for the beaver, of course, he would be able to catch his fish. He would have some protection. He would be able to control the water flow. This is the similar sort of energy, but translate that into a human energy. So again, you will have this allowing the flow to come through your life, having sufficient money, you're working hard at doing something that you like, and creating the sort of world that you want to live in. So that's a lovely energy, but it does look like there's been some resistance to that in getting this underway. So there's definitely some resistance here to this, creating this world that you enjoy and that you want around you. Pardon me. We've got the Five of Wands here in the reverse position. So again, this can be skirmishes or struggles. This again is showing other people, so it does look like there's been some difficulties with other people. Everybody wanting to speak their mind, everyone wanting to get the attention, everyone wanting to be the loudest voice in the room, perhaps. That is looking like that's moving away. Again, it's in the reverse position, so hopefully that may have been this emperor trying to impose his will on a group of people. One person, and you could be in a club or a society, or it could be work, where you've got one person who wants to impose their will on the rest of the group. So that can be that's this energy here. Hopefully that's moving away for you. They're both in the reverse position, so it's something you will have needed to look at, and you've probably already come against this energy. Hopefully that's leaving soon. Here's the Ten of Wands, and here is this Queen of Cups. A beautiful energy. And again here, this is a queen, somebody who is composed, because all queens are composed. She's allowing this love energy or the flow of life to flow through her. She is ready to receive love and ready to give love. She knows how to give love. She knows how to create love, and she knows how to allow that energy to flow through her for all the people that she comes across and anyone she wishes to be kind and gentle to and loving and express her love. So this is a very open woman. This is somebody who can be quite passionate and loving. So that's a beautiful energy there, Pisces. I had the feeling that this was you for some reason as soon as the card landed on the table. We've got the King of Cups. So you've got beautiful energy here. You've got the King and the Queen of Cups on the table. It's a lovely energy. It's a gentleman, as you can see. Somebody who just allows the flow, enjoys the good life, has a glass of wine, enjoys animals, enjoys life. Somebody who allows the storms and the good times to just flow through them. So not getting too upset about the storms that pass through your life, and not getting too overexcited about the things that feel good. This is somebody who's more moderate, who just allows all the energies to flow through them. Now you've got the King and the Queen of Cups, so beautiful energy on the table. This is a perfect match. Got the Queen there first and got the King there. They're not quite looking at one another, but that doesn't really matter. But they're both on the table, so that's really nice energy. All right, we'll talk about the Six of Wands as we move along. I'm going to overlay these cards now with the second deck. So this is the Tarot Cats deck. I really like this. It's got soft energy, and these cards always feel very clean. They always have a lovely energy to them. So let's clarify these cards for Pisces. King of Pentacles. We have the Five of Cups in the reverse position. Seven of Wands. Oh, we've got two. Okay, I'll take two. So we've got the Three of Wands in the upright position. That's hoping for expansion. And we've got the Fool in the reverse position. I'll turn that up so you can see it. So the Fool's stepping out to a new pathway, but it looks like perhaps you've decided that that's not for you. We'll have a look. We'll keep. I'll lay the cards out first, and then I'll talk about them. And we've got the Emperor. Oh, and this is rather interesting. I've just noticed the Emperor pointing his finger, and he's like, "You do this, and you do that." So it's very much that energy of you do it my way. Okay, not necessarily the most. He just wants to be. As you can see, he's wearing the victory crown here. He's the only one. He's the only one who wants to be the winner, and you know, this person just wants to be the winner and the boss and the one that everybody applauds and wants to take all the credit for everything. That's what I'm trying to say. This person wants to take the credit for everything. The Emperor, let's have a look at that. That's very much the energy I'm getting from that card. Okay, Two of Swords. I'll hold them up as we move along, or it'll take the whole reading will take too long. Whoa. Normally I don't take the ones that fall on the ground. Actually, I won't, because I didn't know which position it came out. It was the Devil card, but I'm not taking it because I normally don't take the ones that fall on the ground. Okay, 10 of Wands. We have got the 5 of Pentacles. Chariot. Let's have a look at this card. As you can see, the energy on this Chariot is very fiery, so very energetic, very fast moving, very fiery. Again, and what I'm getting in this case is, you can see this cosmos here, this under the stars, perhaps not spending sufficient time with your intuition. This could be charging ahead too fast. You know, this one is also moving into the cosmos, the 8 of Wands. As you're moving, putting your burden down, don't just charge ahead. You need to stop and listen to what your inner voice is saying, what your guides are saying. Otherwise, they'll get left behind and you'll be just charging ahead on your own energy, and later on you will feel that you're not very well supported, or you made a poor decision. Okay, we have got so this would be the Page of Pentacles. Okay, let's have a look at the 2 of Swords. I feel like that one wants to come out. Okay, 5 of Swords in reverse. And that one. Okay, 8 of Pentacles has got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 5 of Wands. Oops. Oh, we really are getting some action today. Okay, I shall turn them over sideways. Okay, we have got the 7 of Pentacles in the upright position. And we've got the Knight of Swords in the upright position. Again, that's that charging energy. So let's have a look at this Queen. Oh, goodness, we really are getting King of Cups. So King of Cups in the reverse position, which is there. Cards are really active today. They really want to join the reading. Let's have a look at this King of Cups. Okay, King of Swords in the reverse position. I'll show you what's on the bottom of the deck. Let me have a look. Justice. Okay, well, justice is always good to have on the table. All right, let's have a look at what's going on here. So this is the 5 of Cups in reverse. So this is feeling a little bit down the dumps, can be very blue, a little bit depressed. As you can see, the cups are blue, so it's that feeling blue, feeling a bit depressed. That looks like it's going away from you. It's in the reverse position, so you've had your head down. That's obviously not a good energy for you to stay in for too long, Pisces. There's still more opportunities here coming. There's 2 new cups you haven't yet looked in, so hopefully you're moving onwards to have a look at those 2 cups. Okay, now you've got the 3 of Wands in the upright position. So as you can see, this is an expansion card, looking at beyond your horizon, looking to see what's out there. The boats are unmanned and perhaps out there on the rocky seas and being tossed about. Perhaps you felt like you've been tossed about. But this is actually a good card. This is a card of not standing still, of actually assessing your opportunities to see where you can go. You know, and it does look like, you know, you may be ready to step into one of those choppy boats. That could be the energy that is coming off this card. You know, am I brave enough to make that change? Am I willing enough to take the bumpy ride that may be coming if I step out of my zone where I am now? You've got the Fool in the reverse position. So the Fool would normally be stepping out into a new journey, carefree, confident, no worries, no cares in the world, just making that decision, I'm going to go. It does look like you're not making that decision. You've thought perhaps it does feel that maybe it's too risky for you to step out and move on, but we'll have a look. We'll see what else we can see. Got the Two of Swords here. As you can see, you've had that card once before at the beginning of the reading, but here you've got the Two of Swords. He's knee deep in water. He's not moving. Again, it's a static energy. Very, very similar energy, as you can see on both cards. This one's in the reverse position, so he's having trouble making a decision about this about whether he wants to move on or not. So that is something that you're going to have to think about. I mean, it does look like you've got a decision of some sort, okay? And even this one is a little bit of a decision, you know, whether you put things behind you and move on. That's the kind of situation here. You may be assessing that if you move on from where you are, and this could be an employment reading, you know, changing jobs, for example. Maybe you feel that if you move on, you may be financially, you know, it might make your finances have a downturn. So, you know, that's never a nice feeling. Let's have a look. We've got the Knave of Pentacles. So this is the Page of Pentacles, a new opportunity coming towards you, or a new project coming towards you. Somehow something new is coming towards you, so that's rather nice. I don't think you need to be too worried here about this Five of Pentacles, because this is an upgrade to that situation. So this will be a temporary situation. If you find yourself financially distressed for a little while, it does look like that's going to be overcome fairly soon. Okay, and that requires some careful thought. As you can see, these people are not looking at the pentacles around them. They're just walking with their heads down. Perhaps they don't have any pentacles to look at. Those are just dreams. This person does have pentacles. He's focusing. So perhaps you need to give your project some careful focus, or to focus more intently on what it is you want. If it's an employment situation, put your energy into looking for a new job that matches what you want. Okay, here we have got the Five of Swords in the reverse position. Again, winning at all costs. I always refer to this as winning at all costs. When you make a decision about something, are you going to focus just on yourself, or are there other people involved that you may need to consider? So it's in the reverse position. So are these people important to you, the people in the background? Are they important to you? Are they part of your family? Or are they people that are at work and you don't really care about them very much? You're taking all of the swords and they are just walking away. It can also be that you're the person in the background and that you're walking away because you've got this Emperor who's the winner take all. And this is very much a similar energy to what the Emperor would be if you were the one holding all the cards. And that person doesn't want these people to get any credit for anything. Again, he's got no consciousness of those people having their own needs, and he doesn't really care. Because the Emperor, as you can see, he wants to hold the blueprints, he wants to give the orders, and he wants the credit as well. We've got the Ten of Pentacles here in the reverse position. And it's interesting that that's under the Eight of Pentacles, so the hard work you've put in. Perhaps you were hoping to retire, and maybe the current financial circumstances. And I mean, it's problematic all around the world. There's inflation all around the world. There are a lot of disasters that are having an impact on the wealth of countries. So perhaps you were hoping to retire, or maybe you were hoping to be further along in your wealth situation where you were comfortable, but it does look like the wealth is not quite where you would like it to be. Perhaps you were hoping to start a family, and you were hoping that you would have sufficient money to comfortably start a family, but that may leave you feeling, you know, deciding whether to reassess whether to have children or not, or reassessing perhaps what your plans are for your family, if you've got a family, or even starting a family. So it does look like the finances are going to, you know, your work is dependent on this state of well-being for your family. So perhaps you're considering what to do, and, you know, which parts of your plans to move forward and which parts to put on hold. You've got the Seven of Pentacles, so this is a bit of a pause, reassessing. So taking some time to reassess things, having a look. You've worked hard, you're probably a little bit tired. Looks like you've worked hard for quite some time. Can you afford to stop for a little while and just take that little bit of a breather? Sometimes we need a gap year, or sometimes we just need a couple of months out, or sometimes we even just need a week to take a little break, have a little holiday, stop doing what you're doing for a little while. Appreciate how much effort you've put in. It's underneath the Emperor, so even if the Emperor is not giving you any credit for what you've put in, give yourself the credit for what efforts you've put in, because the Emperor is probably not going to give you that credit. But you do need to give yourself the credit for that, okay? And hopefully you've been compensated, at least financially, for the work that you've put in. But it does look like you need a little break. Here we have the energy of the Knight of Swords, which is interesting. Very fast moving energy. It can be about truth or declarations or using your intelligence. It's very much, as you can see, a very fiery, rash sort of an energy, charging ahead without any regard perhaps for what the consequences might be. As you can see, that is an extremely fast moving energy. Even the little, there's, I think, a bird. Is that a bird on his head? Yes, there's a bird on his head. So everything charging ahead, okay? I'm not quite sure here. You've got a decision to make ahead, a decision here. We'll have a little talk about justice right now, because you've got justice up here as well. So it's interesting that you've got that in the upright position as a part of the overall energy. So the justice is finding balance, okay, and finding out the truth using your intellect, okay? So moving out of any emotional state and using your intellect to weigh up the situation. So that is rather nice. If you do that, then you receive some transformation, because once you start to use your intellect and balance things and weigh things up carefully, then you can go forward. So, and this would be the going forward card, okay? But this one's going in great speed, so I'm not quite sure if you need to go at that speed, but it's showing me that there is this great speed going on here. Got the King of Cups, which is sort of, it's placed on top of this Queen of Cups card in the reverse position. So the King of Cups, perhaps, King of Cups in the negative aspect of the King of Cups is perhaps not being as loving and kind and generous as he should be. He's perhaps not listening to that inner voice of the fish, and perhaps he's only looking out for himself. Again, the King of any one of these cards in their negative aspect can be somebody who is not really considering other people as much as perhaps they should be. So this King of Cups, if he's in the negative aspect, he will only care about himself. Again, he will manipulate the situation, because he will use his cunning, and he will then turn that love and use that love in a negative way. He will then manipulate somebody to get what he wants, rather than sharing that love in a generous way with the Queen of Cups. So this is a negative aspect of the King of Cups. So perhaps somebody has been manipulating you, and that can be an Emperor again, who, if it's the Emperor who may be manipulating you with the King of Cups card, that means they're using emotional manipulation as well as this this authoritarian approach as well. So this is more of an authoritarian approach, and this can be sort of manipulation in an emotional way. You've also got the King of Swords in the reverse aspect on top of the King of Cups. So the King of Swords in the negative aspect will be somebody who is using their intellect in the wrong way, again trying to manipulate. Perhaps somebody who is using too much cunning, being wily. You can see he has a little bit of a cunning look on his face. So normally he wouldn't be cunning, but this is somebody who's shrewd and who's strategic. So shrewd and strategic. Neither of these aspects are very nice to have if you're the Queen of Cups, okay? And it's rather interesting on this particular card that this king is looking so docile. Perhaps that aspect of himself that is normally generous and loving and kind, he's maybe sleeping on the job, so to speak, and instead these characteristics have come to the fore, in which case that's not the nicest aspect of the King of Cups, and perhaps that's why you're looking the other way. Maybe you've seen some side of this person that you're not really comfortable with. That can be the case as well. So, and you do have the Six of Wands, which is really lovely because this is a sort of a victory card. So as you can see, there's this one person here who is lighting the lights to other people. So lighting the candles for other people. So sharing the light. This is the exact opposite of the Emperor card. Okay, so this is in the upright position. So that's rather nice because that, and you've got justice. So somehow or another you achieve justice and you manage to get rid of this energy here. This Emperor is somebody who's not going to share the light. In this case, the Six of Wands, yes, they are sharing the light. So this is a lovely card. So you do actually have very good outcome. The reading itself is a little bit confusing in the sense of we've got some negative aspects here of the kings and one in the upright position. So I'm not quite sure. I assume that this is somebody that you're partnered with, hopefully, that somebody normally can weather the storms of love with you, and, you know, on the day-to-day basis, not everything always goes smoothly. It does look like there's been some problems here. You could be considering leaving things behind. Now that could be a job, or it could be walking away from this Emperor situation. You do have all the kings on the table. You've got the King of Pentacles. You've got the King of Cups, you've got the King of Swords, and you get, oh sorry, you've got the King of Cups again here. So you do have a lot of strong masculine energy on the table. So these are, when I'm talking about masculine energy, the kings are often shown as leaders. So there is a lot of leadership energy on the table. As you can see, these two cards are not showing the best aspect of that leadership. That could be then, as you say, strategic and manipulative. So, you know, somebody could be using that energy towards you. This can also be a blockage, by the way, is protecting your heart. So this can be protecting your heart, not wanting to engage, perhaps just pulling back your heart and saying, no, I'm not putting up with this, I'm just retreating. So if it's not a decision, or not wanting to look at the truth, perhaps, that's the other thing it can be, because they're both in the moonlight. So perhaps not wanting to see the truth, not wanting to have a look at perhaps the energies that are coming towards you. It does look like you're putting up some boundaries of some sort, but the reverse aspect of the Emperor and the King of Cups and the King of Swords are not very pleasant energies. So hopefully you are not finding yourself the subject of that kind of energy on a long-term basis, because that can be quite damaging to you. You know, when people are taking total control and trying to force that control onto you, that can be very, very unpleasant. But you do have here finding the truth and getting some sort of justice, perhaps speaking your mind. And here you do have this beautiful sharing. So this is sharing, being victorious, allowing the energy to spread amongst other people. You're not the only person then in the room, like the Emperor. I might leave it there. Actually, no, I won't. I will take one more card. I'll take it for this to see what energy I can find here on the Justice and Six of Wands. I hope I've made some sense out of some of the energies you may find coming towards you in March, Pisces. You know, it does look like perhaps that you've got some financial thing to consider, maybe a little bit of a downturn. And I think a lot of people in the world are affected by those downturns at the moment, so you may need to just reassess what your priorities are and what you were hoping for. You may not be able to achieve quite what you've been hoping for. Maybe not this financial year. Maybe you have to, you know, push your plans forward perhaps another year or two. Let's have a look at the Six of Wands and Justice. Okay, one more shuffle. Okay, here we go. So Nine of Wands, almost there, not quite there, feeling a bit weary and worn out. Okay, this is kind of a card of struggle, as you can see. Some people refer to this as the wounded warrior. Perhaps having, it's a card often of feeling tired, but you've only got a little bit more to go. So I'm going to put that there. It's actually not a bad card. It's just that feeling of being fatigued from having worked on something for such a long time. Okay, but it is a card of only a little bit more to go. So try and find some strength if you need to find some strength. And it does say here that you need a little bit of a rest, and then soon your project will come to an end. And also some of your responsibilities and burdens will come to an end. So it doesn't look too bad. Don't allow yourself to stay in this situation here where you're being manipulated or controlled. Anyone who's using their love to manipulate and control you is not genuinely in love with you. So you need to assess that, because they're only motivated by their own interests, and that's not really what true love is all about. Thank you very much for watching, Pisces. I do hope this has helped you, and thank you. I'll see you again, hopefully. Bye-bye.